This is team number 28, and our hero is Jubilee. So who is Jubilee? Jubilee is her hero alias. Her birth name is Jubilation Lee. She first appeared in the Uncanny X-Men number 244 Marvel Comics in 1989. In the beginning, she is a mall rat from Beverly Hills. She has the skills of an Olympic gymnast, but she uses it to escape from cops at the mall. She discovered her explosive mutant powers while running away from the cops and named it Fireworks. A company of professional mutant hunters were hired to capture Jubilee. She was rescued by the X-Men and then she followed them. Soon she met Wolverine and became his unofficial sidekick. And then she loses her power on M-Day, which was when the Scarlet Witch caused mutants to lose their mutant powers, including Jubilee's. She joined a group of young mutants called the New Warriors and gained a power suit and a pair of gauntlets that gave her the strength to lift a freight train. She decided to go by the alias Wandra and fight alongside the other mutants, even without her original mutant powers. A while after she left the New Warriors, Jubilee was bitten by a vampire and thus turned into a vampire as well. As a vampire, Jubilee has superhuman strength, speed, and healing. But as a vampire, she will also burn in the sunlight, so she carries around a special medallion that prevents that. She was cured from being a vampire with a shard of the Phoenix Force, as well as restoring her mutant power.
Jubilee's mutant powers.
This is biology and mutations. Jubilee had many things about her that have to do with biology, one of them being her ability to have shock-proof skin. This is a skin mutation that allows her to shoot fireworks out of her hands without getting injured by electricity. Because electricity is one of the most dangerous things that we encounter each day, and we tend not to think about it as much because we're so used to it. But we are almost always surrounded by enough power to kill us in an instant. So for physics and chemistry, I like to talk about her energy blast powers and pyrotechnic energy blast. So Jubilee's energy blasts are a mixture of blast waste and electricity. However, pyrotechnic is relating to fireworks. Her energy blast at times can also have characteristics similar to fireworks. So fireworks. So basically, fireworks are a complex mixture of various chemicals which makes it possible to burst and create different colors. And how does this apply to Jubilee? Well, basically, Jubilee can release mass amounts of pyrotechnic energy when desired, wherever desired. She generates this chemical blast within herself. So how can we apply this to real life? Well, the elements necessary for creating these fireworks are present within our human bodies. However, we cannot generate it due to the mass amount of chemical compounds needed, and also chemical and fireworks cannot have moisture, and our body contains a lot of moisture. So what are energy blasts? So basically, energy blasts are an area of expanding pressure supersonically outward from an explosive core. And how does Jubilee use it? Well, she can emit energy blasts that varied in degrees of power and intensity. And she has mental control to decide its direction of travel. And how can we apply this to real life? Well, humans can withstand blasts but cannot physically create due to mass energy production needed for one. Then she also has the power of electricity along in her energy blast, and also uses electric potential. So basically, electric potential is the amount of work needed to move a unit of charge from a reference point to a specific point inside the field. And how does Jubilee use it? So this is especially important when she is charging in a specific direction. And her energy blasts are a combination of electric potential and blast waves. So in application in real life, well, electric potential is essential when electricity is pushed or pulled, and it's applied whenever you use electricity. And however, we cannot generate electricity within ourselves manually, but we can definitely use technology to create electricity.
Uh, in the live action movie X-Men Apocalypse, animation was used to create Jubilee's fireworks. Um, it used it in It used wavelet turbulence. It was created by Dr. Theodore Kim on making a fluid simulation. It solved the problem of making non-linear, or what we consider as natural-looking animation. Uh, they used the tool called wavelet transform. It is a tool that can detect where tiny details in the animation appeared off. It added small-scale noises to animation and made only using formulas. It uses texture advection. It detects where small branches from the lightning, fire stream, and steam, etc., would appear. Velocity moved the detail along with the rest of the moving animation. And now we will talk about her non-mutant powers. As Wandra, she used an exoskeleton suit. Current technology cannot create a suit that is flexible and as lightweight as Wandra's. Current exoskeleton suits are heavy and slow. Nanofiber is the most likely material used for Wandra's suit. Nanofiber is made out of graphene, which is a thin sheet of carbon in hexagonal patterns. It is extremely strong and light, and it acts as muscle fibers that can contract at fast speeds and absorbs impact. It is hard to penetrate, fast movements are allowed, and it can sustain falls by absorbing the impact. All these characteristics of nanofiber make it a great material for Wandra's power suit.
Another part regarding biology is when Jubilee becomes a vampire. She has many vampire characteristics, such as being vulnerable to sunlight, fangs, desire for blood, and immortality. Vampire Jubilee also has fangs. Hydrophoidrotic ectodermal dysplasia is a rare genetic condition that causes abnormality in the growth of an individual's teeth. It results due to mutations in EDA, EDAR, and EDARADD genes. The disorder is mostly inherited in an X-linked recessive form. Symptoms for HED include missing or pointed teeth, which are similar to fangs. Common vampire characteristics that Jubilee has is drinking blood. There is a rare disorder called the Reinfeldt syndrome, which is defined by compulsion to drink blood. It is an erotic attraction to that involves sexual excitement. As a vampire, Jubilee is vulnerable to sunlight. There are a few rare medical conditions in humans that causes one to be vulnerable to sunlight, such as xeroderma pigmentosum. Xeroderma pigmentosum is a rare genetically inherited skin disorder that is characterized by heightened sensitivity to ultraviolet radiation, causing damage to the DNA. As the main source of the UV is the sun, one with XB is sensitive to sunlight. It is a recessive genetic condition caused by alterations in 9 genes.
Another one of Jubilee's vampire abilities, is immortality. Jubilee's immortality ability means that she's capable of eternal life. She can't die from old age or natural causes, and the effects of aging did not apply to her while she was a vampire. And vampires cannot be killed from anything but a stake to a chest, decapitation, garlic, or a silver bullet, or exposure to sunlight. And these are the only ways Jubilee could have died in this phase.
Next, we'll be looking at exercise science's superhuman strength and stamina. Jubilation Lee possesses superhuman strength, speed, stamina, agility, and reflexes. Humans get hysterical strength when they feel they or another person are in extreme danger or distress. This is due to a person's hypothalamus being overactive. The hypothalamus is directly linked to the adrenal gland, which releases the hormone adrenaline. Adrenaline also aids the human body in being able to convert stored energy in the body. The combination of increased oxygen and energy levels strengthens our muscles beyond normal levels. So for Julie to have superhuman strength as well as stamina, she must have an unlimited amount of adrenaline. Thanks for listening to